Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aham Padarthaya Shivaya Paramatmane Namaha. Ya Maya Madhukaramayī, Ya Magi Shonmolini, Ya Dhumrekshana Chandamundamadini, Ya Rakha Bijashini, Ya Sa Shumban Shumba Adbadalani, Ya Siddha Lakshmi Para Sa Chanti, Navakoti Murti Sakita Mahampagi Vishweshwari. Om Gurubhyo Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sakhana Bhavatu Sakhana Punaktu Sakabiryan Karavavakai Tejaspina Vidamastu Mahavit Vishavakai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Aingara Hrinkara Ragasya Yukta Shrinkara Gudartha Mahavibhutya Omkara Marma Pradibhadinibhyam Namo Namah Shri Guru Padukapyam Bindu Trikona Vishikona Dashara Yukma Manvashvranaka Talatam Yuta Shodasaram Vruddhatrayam Cha Taruni Sadanam Triyam Cha Sri Chakramyetate Udidam Paradevatayāha Bhūmaus Kalita Pahatānam Bhūmirevāvalampanam Tvayijāta Aparādhānam Tvameva Sharanam Shive. Om. We have seen the first 5 verses. We just see the last verse, number 5. This 5 and the 6th are in a way together. They bring you the power of viśikhāḥ. Viśikhāḥ means attractiveness. Let's just recap what we learned on the last class. Haristvām ārādhya pranadajana saubhakya janani puranari bhutva puraribhum abhishobham anayate smarot abhitvam natva radinayana lekhyena vapusha muninam apyandaha pravavadihi mohaya magatam. In this verse, what did we see? We saw 2 devotees of Amba having 2 different approaches in worshipping Amba. One is Hari, other one is Maraha, Manmatha. Briefly, Hari performed the Aradhana to Amba. The Aradhana is a complete surrender, and we saw different rules of Aradhana. Aradhana means it includes a japam, a puja as per the niyama, then a dhyanam, a contemplation. Of course, a total surrender. So when somebody does an absolute surrender, Aradhana to the Mahashakti, they get Sayujyam, they get Samibhyam, they get Sharubam. Here there is a Sharubam now. Sharubam means you attain the same form as the Amba. So what happens to Mahavishnu? He turned into a most enchanting delight, beauty called Jaganmokini. And with that kind of beauty, he was able to entice even Parameshwara to make some chalanam in his mind. Haristvām ārādhya pranad jana saubhakya janani. So Ambal is given a very beautiful qualifier that Ambal is the one, Jaganmata Janani, and she gives saukyam, saubhagyam to everybody. Puranari bhutva. Bhutva means having become a beautiful maiden once. Hari, what did he do? Puraribhum abhishopam anayata. Create chalalamit. She was made. On the contrary, smaraha, Manmatha, smaroapi tvam natva, having worshipped you, just prayed a namaskaram, just gave a namaskaram to you. He has become ratinayana lekhyena vapusha. He has become the delight of Rati's thighs. With that power, Muninam apyantaka prabodhihi malaya-marudam. He is able to create this kind of a moham in aside from the Munis. See, normally we say, when delusion means it puts you in samsara. So when you say Mahavishnu has got the Maya Shakti, you call it Mohana Rangan, Mohana Rangan means he is enticing you. He gives you the illusory pleasures of the life so that you get involved in samsara. So it looks, big of a contradiction, right? When we go to Mukti to Mahavishnu and he puts in samsara, it doesn't mean that. We have to understand because he's the Rakshaka of the Dharma. Amba creates the world through Brahma, and Mahavishnu does the Rakshana. Rakshana means sustenance. That means everything have to continue. The lineage have to go. Families have to expand. Pravritti margam has to be there. The Vyaparam has to produce. How can it happen? The lineage happens when there is an anyonyam. There is love, there is attachment, there is kamam. So kamasvarupam is kamarupini is Ambal. Ambal is giving that Shakti through Mahavishnu. And Mahavishnu has got that power. Mahavishnu none other than Brahma to entice Lord Parmeshwara. Also I think in all this Soundaryalahari, when you are studying it, we are looking at number of aspects of learning. I would say 6 or 7 important points. It's not that we go through all the points, but at least you should know. Firstly, the beauty of the poetry. Everything is a rasam, So even the Veda mantram is a rasam. Samaveda gives you that kind of a resonance. It gives you lullaby. So the poetry is beautiful. Of course, Bhagavan Shankara is one of the greatest poets. So his poetry is Sostra becomes a poem. Then we look at the Vachyartha. Vachyartha means the word meaning. What is the meaning of each word? Then we say, what's the Lakshyartham for it? Lakshyartham is a Tattvartham. What is it we have to imbibe into us? So the Lakshyartham we take from the Mahagurus, the Acharyas who expound this, and then we learn from that. But the Upasakas also look for something else. What they look for? They look for to do Upasana means you need to have a Saguna Brahmam or a Nirguna Brahmam. Here we talk about Saguna Brahmam. Saguna Brahmam means an objective representation of the God. So that means the Upasakas look for Ambal's form in the poetry. Where is the form of the Ambal? And is that form a physical form, a Rupa Lavanyam? Or it could be a mantra Gudartham. Gudam means a very secret. through the mantra rupam. See, Devi Upasakas, they worship Ambal both as a Saguna Brahman and a Nirguna Brahman and something in between. Saguna Brahma means like a Kāmapi, Meenakshi, Mahasaraswati, Mahakali, Ajilandeshwari. Oh, a bimbam or a vigraham, you do that. Of course, Nirguna Brahman, you can do Manasika Pasana. But you can also do Yantra Rupam. But yantrams are built on the mantram. Therefore, mantra rupam. So, mantra rupam, yantra rupam, sthula rupam becomes Sagunam. So, they are looking for Vachyartham, Lakshyartham. Is there any mantrartham? So, we see the mantra. Then, what is the Rupa Lavanyam? So, from the Rupa Lavanyam and the mantrartham, from this slogam, they draw a yantra. Yantram is a compromise because from the mantram, I cannot really describe you in a picture because you are so beautiful. But neither I can worship you without any form. Therefore, I create an yantram, a geometry. So, we are not actually dwelling deeper into this yantrams and upasanas and all that. We don't need to do that. Unless you want to take upasana seriously and do that, maybe you must take it from a proper guru who can give you upasana, the rituals you can follow. Here we are looking at the Vedoktam, Vedanta, Upanishad, we are looking at it. But here and there, we look at the mantras and the yantras, how they derive from this. So if you look at this fifth mantra, which we saw the Vachyartham and Lakshyartham. So this is the fifth mantra is called, in the Upasana Margam, it is called Sarva Vashikara Vidya or Sarva Shobhakara Vidya or Sadhya Siddhasana Vidya. So every Vidya got a name, and the name gives you the Prayojanam. Prayojanam is the last part we derive. So if you do this mantra, slokas, the mantra, many times, you achieve Vashikara Shakti. What is this Vashikara Shakti? Remember that. Vashikara means charming others, attracting others. You know, when I say like this, it looks cheap, right? No, it's not. Because inherently, what we do in all our endeavor, what we try to do, we try to impress upon somebody for whatever reason. Maybe just for pure love. That's the most holiest way of impressing. But to get something done, or to get in control. See, some may have Ichcha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti. But you must have the Akarshana Shakti, which is part of the Ichcha Shakti. So what is the point of a great scholar? But nobody likes him. What's the point of a great king with a lot of power, a dictator? He cannot attract anybody. He may still rule them, but he really does not have the Vashikara. The Vashikara Shakti is something which is very essential for us. And someone asked the question in the last class, because how come Jagadmogini can create a chabalam in Shiva's mind? How can Shiva get tempted? I can understand, I can get tempted. Shiva, how can he? You always remember, all this, any question, you must raise a lot of questions, but the question can be resolved because the reasoning is what the other name for Vedanta. Who did Ishvara get attracted to? The Kameshwari, the Jaganmokini, who is the Ambal's Rupam coming in the Vishnu's form. But who is this Parashakti? nothing other than Shiva. Shiva's own Shakti. So he is not really deluded to the Parastri, but he is reminded of his own glory and he get mesmerized, he get enticed by it. In fact, every one of us should love us. If you cannot love yourself, you cannot love anybody else. Always remember, like in the flight, when you fly, they say there is an oxygen failure. What do? That an oxygen mask will come. You put it for yourself. Then you attend to your children. It sounds very crude, right? When you give a food, you give it to the children first. Anything, you give it to others. But here, they instruct you to take you first. Because unless you are comfortable, you cannot serve anybody else. So all the seva, all the love that you can show, you must love yourself first. So Parameshwaran's love for Kameshwari is love for himself. That's Swarupa Prema. There is no culmination there. So this is a side point. So the Vashikara Shakti is what we need. And the Vashikara Shakti, Ambal is giving. Ambal is called Kameshwari. So that's what this mantra, this sloka is giving. What the Upasakas do, for example, where is the Ambal's Rupa Lavanyam given here? So here you can see Tvam Natva Ratinaina Lekhyena Vapusha. You are given that for Arjuna, Manmatha. I want to worship you. So I am a Upasaka. So I need to know in a mantra rupam or yantra rupam or a stula rupam, I need you. So when you come with that kind of yearning, when you look at this mantra, the learners say the first padam, Haristvam, Harihi Tvam. Hari. That the Hari Aksharam contains the subdomain two Aksharam. Ha and Ru. Ha means Vishnu. Ru is Rudra, Agni. So Ha, Ri. Then if you read it, there is Dvam Aradhya Pranad Jana Saubhagya Janani. Janani. The neem has got a ikaram. Eem. Jan is the root. Eem means that Ambal. Ambal's Bijaksham. So Ha, R, Eem become Hri. The first line gives them the Bijaksham called Hri. So therefore, they're called Drishtas. Drishtas are the seers. So Manmatha is called, when you do the mantras, there is a Devata, there is a Rishi. Mahavishnu is a Rishi. Manmatha is a Rishi. So this mantra, the next mantra is called part of the Manmatha Dhyana. So Hrim has come there. The Eem is the Ambal one. Eem means attraction. The Sha is a ruling. So Ishvari, Ishvaraha. E is both. E is attraction. Ish is a ruling. Ish becomes attractively ruling. Vashikara Shakti. Like Kanji Mahabharata used to say, Shivam, Shabdam Shivam. Shivam is Ish, E, Im. The E is gone, Shivam becomes Shavam. Shivam cannot even move anywhere. So that's how they derive we are not going to go like this for every mantra. I'm just giving an example. So, Hrim. Where do I worship this one? Upasakas, what they do, they have a yantram. The yantram is the two-dimensional drawing. Sometimes they make it three-dimensional. When you make it three-dimensional, it becomes a Sri Meru. So they worship Sri Meru. There are a lot of formalities for that. So that Sri Meru, when they worship, when they do the prayogam of mantra, you remember I told you in the last class, you cannot worship a devotee, a divine being, a god, unless you become that god. It's very contradictory, right? I told you, explained to you last class. Na rudro rudram archiyet. Unless you become a rudra, you cannot worship rudram. Same way, so we gone through it. You do a prana pratishta. So in all the mantras, I give you a process by which you become that. That's the reason why, when you go to temple, they say, when you go to Shiva temple, wear the vibhuti. Amba temple, wear a kumkumam. Or write the namam. Wear a nice sari, nice dresses you wear. Dress up well. I said, why you go to temple, dress up well? Because you want Amba to be dressed up well. And you want to be like an Amba. In the Ayyappa Vratam, it becomes more explicit. That's why I really command Ayyappa Vratam, because that breaks all the barriers. Even for simpleton can take it. But it goes on to one fundamental axiom, that is, you become Swami. You have a bhavartham. You imagine emotionally, psychologically, intellectually, you think you are the Swami. Therefore, you purify yourself. So in every way, this bhavana is a part of our nature. So worship is basically worshipping ourselves. The reason I say this, because the upasakas, therefore, when they do the prayogam of mantra, the mantra not only a sadhanam, the mantra itself is Amba. Understand? The one who worships is the Amba. While worshipping, prayogam is a mantram, the mantram is Amba. Then they give you some imagery. That mantram, they uses a 15-letter, they call it Panchadasi. With some addition becomes a Sodakshana, so 16 letters. We will not go about it right now. So this Bijaksham becomes Amba. So you imagine this 15 mantras, Panchadasi mantras, if you put from top to bottom like that, then it looks to me like Amba standing in front of me. Then I look at the top part, from the neck to the head, I see her Rupalavanya, Vatanam, her face, beautiful face, all the faculty of wisdom coming through. The speech is coming through. So it is called a Vakbija. So they define Amba to be 3 parts. The top part is Vakbija. So mantras that falls into that become Vakbija. Then from neck to the hip, they call it kām-api. Then below the neck, Shakti Bija. So you can see, just to help the upasanas, the upasakas, the mantram becomes the Mahashakti. On the mantram, they cannot hold it together. Therefore, they make it into 3 parts. Vagbijam, Kām-api, Shakti Bijam. And then they create yantras for it. They create the pictures for it. The Sri Chakram got so many avarnas where the 3 kudas are all spread around. So if you want to learn all that, you can learn. So it is a different science by itself. But the purpose of that science is to create in you the bhavana. It is going to bring you this the the whole island of Srinagar, Sripuri, Srichakram is eventually within you. Then it's going to give you some placements, different chakras, different nadis, and so all esoteric words. It makes you really, really interested, reverence, and you follow that. So that is one margam. Of course, we are looking at completely in a Vedantic way. We look at the meaning of it, and Shraddhavan Lapate Jnanam. The Jnanam itself gives you that kind of a meditative power. So in either way you can take it. So what is the other point I want to say before we go to the next mantra? So Bhagavan Bhashyakara, Bhagavan Shankaracharya, in the Soundaryalahari, he has not really touched upon Panchadasi, Rosakshi, all that. He did not go into this marga at all. But he has made enough opportunities for upasakas to look at that, what they want to look at it. Because he is he's Parameshwara, isn't it? So whatever he says, it has got everything else. So if somebody wants to really look into it, they can derive that kind of a mantras. So, okay, now we go to the next mantra. What have you learned here? Two parties. Oh, let me add this one. Smaro abhitvam naktva. Smaraha means Manmatha. Manmatha means kāmapi, kāma-bija. So if you take the mantram there, bijaksharam, cream from the first line, smaraha is Manmatha, it's a kāma-kūtam. The cream becomes worshipping the middle part of Amba. So that's how the whole thing is taken. Now let's listen to the next mantra. So in this one, pauṣpaṁ maurvī madhukaramayī viśikhāḥ vasantaḥ sāmantō malayamarudāyōdhanarathaḥ tathāpyēkaḥ sarvaṁ himagirisutē kām-api pām-apāṅgāttē labdhvā jagadida-manaṅgō vijayatē dhanuḥ pauṣpaṁ maurvī madhukaramayī pañca viśikhāḥ vasantaḥ sāmantō malayamarudam ayōdhana-rathaḥ tathāpyēkaḥ sarvaṁ himagirisutē kām-api pām-apāṅgāttē labdhvā jagadida-manaṅgō vijayatē. I just remember one question that we discussed just now about the Mahavishnu putting in mogam, and then how can we go back and got a redemption from him. I remember one Kulashekara Alvar's Mukuntamala is the Sastram. That he says, Trishna toye madana bhavana duto mohor vimale dharavarte dhanaya sagajagrasanga kulesha samsaragye magati jalatau majjadam nastridhaman patampo jeta padampuje varada bhavato bhaktinam prayachan. I just quickly want to say this because what Kulashekara Alvar is praying, he is telling to Krishna, Mahavishnu, Trishna toye. Trishna means, not Krishna, Trishna. Trishna means thirst, unquenchable thirst. Trishna, he got dagam, he got so much thirsty I am, he says. Toye, the water. Toye means water. That water is Madana Bhavan Udduta Mohormi Male. The water is the desires that I have across this ocean of samsara. It is a water. So I want to drink that desire and keep on going and drinking the desire. That means he got a Vashikara Shakti. God has given him delusion. So he goes to samsara. And to add to that thing, Dhara Varte. Dhara means wife. You can say husband, wife. Varte. So wife and husband rika. Tanaya Sagaja. Tanaya Sagaja means, Tanaya means children, son. Sahajan means those who are born with you. So you have a relationship, wife, children, brothers, sisters. They're all like, like a crocodiles around you. It's not saying they are bad, but I'm saying your attachment to them is bad, like crocodile. Samsara ge magati jalatau majjadam nastidam. So it is like a ocean. I'm deluding into it. See, if Mahavishnu and Manmatha here, we talk, both of them are giving you the moham to get deluded. But now we're going back to pray to them as well. We pray to Mahavishnu again. Padam boje varada bhavato bhaktinam praja. Please give me your lotus feet and give me bhakti, so that becomes a boat for me to escape. So just wanted to answer you the question that Mahavishnu is Mayavi, but he is also the Parabrahman to give you freedom. So don't get confused by. That's why when you read all these things, you must understand collective understanding, synthesis, you understand. So here, interesting word is that please give me bhakti, We normally tell, I give devotion to you, I'm devoted. As if bhakti is something you are, with your prayatna you are giving. No. Bhakti, if you have bhakti, because God has given you bhakti. In Tamil, there's a saying, avanarulale avantal vanangi. Without God giving you the blessings, you can't even worship Him. So that's how it is. So the Vashikara Shakti is therefore, you can think of a gravitating or a propelling force of grace. So your Vashikaram is Ambal is bestowing grace to you. So you employ the Vashikara Shakti by your devotion. But the Shakti, for devotion, I need grace. So Natva, Manmatha went there, did Namaskaram, he got it. So if you do at least the Namaskaram, so he will grant us the Bhakti. With the Bhakti means, when you put the Bhakti means love. When you put the love to the divine being, it's a Bhakti. When you put the love to your mother, it's a divine Bhakti. When you put a love to your wife and children, the bandhukas, there's a different Bhakti. So that is a trace. Okay, now let's go back to this verse. Let's understand. Dhanuḥ pauṣpaṁ. So this Manmatha, let's go to the last word in this. Ananko vijayatē. Vijayatē, it completes. Vijayatē means victory, not ordinary victory. Vishesha jayate vijayate. That means he is super duper victory. Just thrashed everything. What did he win? Jagad-idam-sarvam. Sarvam, the third line. Sarvam jagat-idam. He has taken all the world. Manmatha has won. And we know why he won, because of Ambal's Kadaksham. What are we searching for? We are searching for a good excuse to worship Ambal. We are seeing one by one how Ambal's Padaduli, Kripa, everything. Now we come to the point of Vashikara Shakti, and then we saw Manmatha got this power to win the world, and we want to copy him. Therefore, we want to know, what did Manmatha get? So this poetry, this slogan gives you that. Dhanuḥ pauṣpaṁ. So he is going to win, right? To win, he must come to fight. So he is coming. He is fully armed. What is he armed with? Dhanuḥ pauṣpaṁ. Dhanuḥ means bow. Pauṣpaṁ means pushpena. It is made out of flowers. You know, sometimes we think Manmatha had a sugarcane bow. Sometimes it's there. But I think there's a very subtle thing here, like Paramacharya explained, and Bhashyakara put a very right thing here. Ambal got sugarcane in her hand. Here, Manmathan got a bow made out of flowers. How can he use that bow with the flowers? So you can see how weak his instruments are. But still he wins. Amazing. Dhanuḥ pauṣpaṁ. This dhanuḥ, the bow have to be stretched by a string. The string is called maurvī. Maurvī means the string. So the string for this bow, what is that? Madhukaramayī. Madhukaramayī means bees that are dwelling in the honey-soaked bees. It's not that bees are sitting on this string. The bee themselves are the string. They're just singing, and then they are all vertically standing there in front of him, as if it's a string. How he is going to pull it? It's crazy, right? Okay, so he's got a. For us, is literally not very much use of the bow and the string. So what about these bows, arrows? Viśikhāḥ. He's got a 5 bows, arrows, and they're made out of flowers. 5 flowers. How can you have a bow with flowers? A bow is supposed to go and hurt somebody. You have to create an impact. So if this is going to just be caress somebody, make somebody not even know that something has touched them on it. Fine. Right. Is there any big advisor for him to tell him why is he fighting? Or maybe he's got some smart person sitting next to Manmatha telling him to win over everything with this simple means. Who is that? Vasantaḥ, sāmantō. Sāmantō means who gives a good advice. Whoever gives a good advice is called sāmantō. The minister is sāmantō. But who is the minister for Manmatha? Vasantaḥ, Vasanta Ritu, spring. That means spring doesn't come every time. Spring comes once in a blue moon. Every 9 months, spring comes in for 3 months. So this advisor of Manmatha comes only this short time. Intermittently he comes. So what kind of advice he can give? That's what he's got. Okay, so how does he come? Malayamarudam, ayōdhana-rathaḥ. So the ayōdhana-rathaḥ means the ayodhana means the house. Ayodhana means where he is housed. Where he is housed in the Ratham is malaya-marudam. The beautiful breeze that comes out of the mountain, that carrying all this wonderful smell. That is his chariot. Now you imagine now. The chariot is the breeze. Spring is the minister advising him. 5 flower arrows. A flower bow with the string of bees, vacillating here and there is coming there. So that means maybe he is very coming with a big army, maybe, right? We think, because he's going to win over everything. Are there big armies behind it? No. Tathāpyēkaḥ. There is nobody, just him. Ekaḥ. He alone comes in. Right? If he alone coming to win all of us, maybe he's a very big man. Maybe he's strong. He alone can beat everybody else. No. Anankaha. Look at the last line. Pām-apāṅgāttē labdhvā jagadida-manaṅgō vijayatē. Anankaha. Anankaha means without angam. He has no body. Do you know why he has no body? We discussed the last class. Manmatha has got a beautiful body, but he became very arrogant with that enchanting form. With that arrogance, he went to Lord Maheshwara to wake him up from the meditation. He got punished and he got burned. But then Rati prayed to Parvati, and Ambal granted him. But she can't really overrule her pati, Shiva. So he got a purpose why he should not have a body. Therefore, he gave him the power without the body. But then you can say, look, but you say that the body can see by Rati's eye. Then we got some vachiartha, because you must be looking good only to your loved ones and vice versa, to give discipline in life and all that. But there is a good reasoning for that. The word Rati means, there are a lot of meanings. The most predominant meaning is delight. Rati means delight. So, what looks beautiful to you? What you like to have? What gives you delight? Is it not? So when I like something, that something is what I desire to have. So the Vashikara Shakti I'm employing on the thing because I like it. If I don't like it, I don't employ the Vashikara Shakti then. I ignore it, right? That's what it means. In Rati's eyes, Manmatha expresses desire means where you see delight, you have a desire. Understand? So none of the words are meaningless. It looks very poetic, but it also has reasonable meaning there. So here, he's coming alone. So he has no body. He's got a flower bow, flower arrows, only 5 arrows. What happened? The 5 exhausted. What he can do? You have Mantri who comes in once in a blue moon. He comes on a breeze. But what does he do? Jagad-idam-sarvam vijayatē. How is this possible? It's possible because Mata hima-giri-sutē, kām-api pām-apāṅgāttē labdhvā. Labdhvā means having gained. Yeah, Anangan having gained. What did he gain? Kām-api kripāṁ. Kām-api means I can't tell you how. Somehow. Kripāṁ. Kripa means the kripai, the compassion. From where? Apāṅgāttē. Apāṅgāttē means at the tip of their eyes. See, Ambal's Rupam is now being revealed slowly. In the 4th mantra, we saw Ambal has got no apaya vara mudra. So, Vajragara is giving you indication of Ambal's Rupa Lakshana. There he said, you don't have a hand for blessing or giving abhayam. Then he said, you are putting your eyes, tip of the eyes on the devotees. You always look at the tip of the eye. Now, always you see Katāksham, you say, Katāksham. Katāksham means, Aksha means seeing. Katāksham means seeing from the tip of the eye. Why can't Amba see me straight away? Why I have to go to the sideways? Also, if you go to temples, in all the Agama temples, if you see, you can't look straight to the god because there will be a this temple there, something to hide you, you can't see it, or the Nandi will be there taller. There is a reason for that, because only those mumukshus who has got the Vairagya Siddhi, who has got a definite desire to get Advaita Anuphuti, can be straight in front of the Lord. Because what Lord does, He just takes you with Him. You become one with the God. That's why Manmatha goes in front of Shiva, he is burnt. Samharamurti doesn't destroy, he made him into him. Same way, as a temple they do, we go in the sideways because we are still ordinary mortals. We go to Swami to trade our problems, you know. We always want compassion to get something smaller in this world. So when we stand in the sideways, when, you know, sometimes we say, I paid 2,000 pounds or rupees to this, and I jump the queue, go and saw the Swami. It is not you seeing the Swami is important. Swami should see you. So it doesn't come by paying tickets, you know. You can be in the corner of the temple and you can just do the upasana. Swami will be seeing you. Maybe he will be coming from the Garbhagriha and he'll be sitting next to you, maybe like a little beggar or a coconut seller, and he may be doing that. So, you know, I sidetrack, but what I'm saying is, the bhavam that you have, that's very important. That is what main thing. So here Amba's, because he prayed to Parashakti, and Parashakti's tip of the eye given a kripa, kām-api kripa. What is the kind of kripa it is? Can I just ask for it? No. Kām-api, nirvachaniyam. I can't tell you. So because of that, he got it. Now let's quickly, not much time, but quickly we see the Lakshyat. What is actually happening here? So why can't he come with sharp arrows and a strong bow? Why can't he at least have a sugarcane bow? Sugarcane bow, no. When you hit it, he may get hurt. Manmatha doesn't hurt you. The hurt that he causes, the delusion he causes, is moham, passion, love sick. Desire causes you sick and grief. He is party to that. But he is not harming you with the weaponry which destroy you physically, psychologically, mentally, no. But he poisons you slowly to get attracted to things which will deviate you from your goal of life. Unless you pray to him so that the attraction changes. Therefore, he employs the means of hitam. Like a spring. You know, spring, if you look at the spring, all the autumn, fall, everything is fallen down. Dry, arid land, snow here in this country. And then spring comes in. Green shoots comes in, flowers comes in, everything looks green. Suddenly the delightfulness comes in, Utsavam comes in, happiness comes in. It means Manmatha is coming. So it also means this kind of desires don't come all the time to you. Desires come and go. Like a spring comes and goes. Which means you can have control over it if you can. It's not something which is destined you to do it. It's a play. Amba gives you play. Amba created the world, and she's, on one hand, she's showing you all these lollipops. On the other hand, she got the chintamani. You can choose whatever you want. Then flowers. Flowers, what the flowers can do? How can the flowers can? Then 5 flowers. Is 5 enough? More than enough. Because the 5 flowers are Aravinda Pushpam. So white lotus. Then you have Ashoka Pushpam. Chūda Pushpam, that's mango flower. Then you have Navamallika, jasmine flowers. Then you have the Nilodhva, the blue lily. So this is what the 5 flowers. Very soft flowers. But the Aravindam, when you look at the white lotus, the moment you see it, you see purity. You fall in love, you really fall for it. So wonderful flower. You won't touch it. Like that, first arrow he puts in, and then you fall for something which is bright and luminous to your heart, which takes you. Please don't think it's just for love between a man and a woman. It could be anything. It could be any vastu-priyam or anything. Anywhere, wherever you find delight. First you see it entices you. You think about it. The moment you start thinking about it, he shoots another arrow, Ashoka flower. What is Ashoka flower? Ashoka means what? Ashoka means grief. Ashoka means no grief. So you don't have now sadness because you are thinking about that. Maybe let me take a next generation Apple phone. I want it, for example. So I'm thinking about it. So the thought itself makes me happy. But why you can't say happiness, but say Ashokam? No shokam, no grief. That means I am anxious about it. It is sukham for me. The love sick is sukham for me, but it's also dukkham for me because it keeps me in the heart. Right? Then he put the third one. Third one is with the Sudha flower, mango flower. Mango tree flowers, if you've seen it, is like broccoli. So many little flowers. It's confusing. Where's the beginning? Where's the end? Complete delusion. Beautiful kind of smell it is. So you are in the same state now because you don't know what to do. You get confused about the thing. Your mind is now deluded. So you get into samsara now. The desires are overruling you. Then somehow you do the prayatnam, you attain what you want to attain. Now you got it. You got the object of love you wanted. Now you are so happy, aromatic, enticing, hypnotizing. Mallika. Navamallika Bonam is put on. And that ecstasy, you will lose your ego. You forget yourself. Like, in Radha Madhav Utsavam, we say, Bhagavan Krishna, the Bhagavad Gita, we see him as a Brahman. And here we see him as a lover lost, and he goes and begging for Radha to open the door. What happened to his pride? Ego. Oh, gone. Nilottam. Nilottam is the blue lily which blossoms both the full moon and the sun. Hypnotizing flower. You see, this is all poetry, right? We can do, so you can imagine like this. That's what it's been used for. But leave the poetry beside. Just look at the pure reasoning point. So any desire you have on anything, how does the desire happen to you? Oh, I saw it. I like it. Oh, I heard about it. I enjoy it. I tasted it. I like it. So your senses go out and grab things and bring it to you and say, love it, have it, go for it. Otherwise, you will not have desire. So the trigger for desires are your senses. how many senses you have? 5 senses. So these 5 senses are his bows. Just little thing, that you pull the string, the bee is just one ring garden, it comes in, you get chalanam. Oh, I saw that. Well, sometimes not that I saw anything, but I have a desire on something because my mind thinks that way. Not necessarily mind should think only thoughts coming from these senses. Of course, senses bring me knowledge, but sometimes mind also brings something else. Correct. Absolutely right. That's why he comes on the breeze called tendril. The breeze is so beautiful, it carries the aromatic of flowers. The aroma is called vasana. So Manmatha writes from the vasanas to you. Vasana also means all your purvajanma vrittis, thoughts, and the sediment in your heart. Prarabdha karmas are called vasanas. Karmas are your actions. Actions are because what you desire to do. Therefore, they are desires. So desires because you've seen something. Therefore, senses created it. Maybe in previous janma. You don't know. So every thought that you have in your mind is not accidental. It is the vasanas that brings it. Otherwise, why would you think to go and attend this class on a Sunday evening? That's the vasanas tells you. So the imagery also tells you the Inkara Shakti, the Vashikaram Shakti comes from the senses as a trigger, mind as a trigger, and therefore, and also Sadbuddhi also. Sometimes you have there are a lot of good desires. I want to learn about Soundaryalahari. It's a good desire to have. See, don't ever think you cannot have desires. Sometimes people say, no, desire is the pain. But no, if Shankara didn't have a desire, why did he write all these books? Why do Paramacharyas give lectures to others? What desires is there? So desire is fine. Ashay means that which binds you. Otherwise, it's called icha. If I want to do something and I have a desire, and the desire is not binding me in samsara, then it is okay. That's the icha shakti. I want to build a temple for others. I want to educate children. I want to do things. And if it doesn't happen, doesn't matter. Because I go unattached like a tree. I put a seed and then seed becomes a tree. Tree may flower, not flower, doesn't matter. So that desires are important. That desire is it's a purushartha. Never be a dullard. If you don't have desire, if you're tamasic, you are a waste of time. You must have good desires. So what is a good desire? You need a madhimantri, you need acharya, you need. So the sāmantō, they come very rarely. Vasantaḥ. Only in Vasanta Kalam, Vasanta Rutu, you can see that. It means, Vasanta means pleasant atmosphere. Satsangatve, nishangatve. So you go to satsang. So satsang, if you go there, the Manmathan there is the Rishi there is going to give you this Vashikara Shakti on things that are important to you to get redemption in mind. That will be not hurting that. It's like a flower arrow, flower bow, flower things. So that's what it is. So hope you understand. So this is also called Ananga Vidya. Ananga Vidya means Manmatha Vidya, Manmatha Prastaram and all that. So these 2 slokas, 5 and 6, if you recite it for many number of times, of course, in my view, sincerely, even once, but if you do as many times as possible, and you get that power of attraction by others. dhanuḥ, pauṣpaṁ, maurvī, madhukaramayī, pañca viśikhāḥ, vasantaḥ sāmantō, malayamarudāyōdhanarathaḥ, tathāpyēkaḥ, sarvaṁ hima-giri-sutē, kām-api pām-apāṅgāttē, labdhvā, jagadida-manaṅgō, vijayatē. The hima-giri-sutē, hima-giri means, hima means snow, hima-giri means snow-clad mountain. Bhashyakara likes this name, but it's also very context sensitive because Anangan is completely burnt by Shiva's fire, He's very hot. So you need to cool him. So to cool him, Amba is putting her apāṅgāttē, her glance. What kind of Amba? Amba, who is a princess of the snow mountain. Therefore, she is full of coolness, softening, cool. So now you can understand the Ambal's Rupa Lavanyam. Ambal has no Varahastam, Abhayhastam. She got a beautiful long eyes with a cool eyes. The tip of it is pouring out the grace. So you have to go there and take the bath. That's what it means. We stop it there. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityoma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tasyate. Thank you.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Atlantic.
Arthur.
Bye.